Welcome to the Philips ClearVue 350 and 550 series Ultrasound System Overview. This system training DVD is designed to provide you with an overview of the system components, the controls, and the basic system operation. In addition to the standard features available in the system, other features are available as purchasable options. The types of options available include clinical options, imaging capabilities, connectivity capabilities, and service features. Please note that some features described may not apply depending on your system's configuration. For more detailed information on the Philips ClearVue systems, refer to the User Manual DVD or press the Help function key located on the top row of the keyboard. The ClearVue systems have a flat panel display. The ClearVue 350 system monitor has tilt and swivel capabilities. The ClearVue 550 system monitor is mounted on an articulating arm. To release the monitor, press the latch release button located at the base of the monitor mount. The monitor can easily be positioned to adjust the height, the swivel, and the tilt capabilities. Downlighting for the control panel is located at the base of the monitor. The DVD drive is located on the front of the system under the control module. A USB port is located on the right front corner of the control module, allowing easy access for transfer. Peripheral devices may be mounted on the cart, which may include a black and white thermal printer, a color printer, or a report printer. All ClearVue systems support curved, linear, and sector array transducers. The Transducer Connector ports are located on the front of the system. To connect an imaging transducer, insert its connector into the receptacle until it latches. The transducer cables can be supported by the cable hangers located on the front of the system. The Physio panel supports standard ECG connection. The air filter is located underneath the system and pulls out for cleaning. It is important to clean the system filter to ensure adequate cooling of the system components. Located on the back of the system are multiple output connections. There are 2 additional USB ports, a network port, a VGA port, an S-video port, a black and white composite video output, and an audio output port. The system can be easily transported. In order to prepare the system for transport, turn off the power by pressing the on-off control located on the upper left section of the control panel. Secure the monitor into the locked position and fold down the monitor. Caution: do not unplug the system from the wall outlet until the system is completely turned off. If you unplug your system before the shutdown message appears, you'll have to wait longer than usual to use your system the next time you turn it on. You may also corrupt files, which can result in the loss of patient data. The wheel controls are released by pressing the gray lever located on the front wheels. The handles located on the back of the system allow for easy maneuverability. The handles located on the front of the system allow for bedside maneuverability. This section will demonstrate how to prepare the system for a patient examination. We will discuss entering the patient identification information, selecting a transducer, and choosing a transducer preset. These controls are located in the upper left section of the control panel. The Patient key opens the patient identification display for patient data entry. Choose one of these 3 options to create a new patient study. Option 1, for the manual entry option, press the Patient key. Click New on the patient identification display. Selecting New will close the previous examination, including all associated measurements, and prepares the patient data entry fields for new patient data. Enter patient information and use the keyboard Tab key to advance to the next field. Select the Additional tab to enter patient history, such as last menstrual period, estimated date of confinement, date of conception, number of fetuses, or medical history that may be included in the report. When using an obstetrics preset, a trending graph can be generated for the current study, for studies saved on your system, and for studies saved to removable media. Trending data is dependent on entering a last menstrual period date or a date of conception or an estimated date of confinement into the additional patient data entry field. The Previous Examination Data button allows the user to review previous obstetrical examination data performed on the system, or to allow the user to manually enter previous examination data into the patient history. Click OK to begin the examination. Option 2. Use the Modality Worklist option if you're connected to an information system that allows you to select the patient from a pre-populated work list. The Modality Worklist will automatically populate when the Patient key is pressed. Option 3. Temporary ID. If you need to proceed with the examination, but you do not have the patient data information, then use the Temporary ID option to begin a new exam. To select a temporary ID, press the Patient key and then click Temporary ID to begin imaging. Note, you may enter updated patient data within 24 hours to replace the temporary ID if the study has not been exported. The Restart button allows the user to open an existing exam that was created within the previous 24 hours in order to take additional measurements and to edit the report. A barcode scanner is available as a separate option. Patient data can be quickly entered into the system prior to the exam. To use the barcode scanner, press the Patient button to open the patient identification display. Scan the patient's barcode to populate the patient identification display with available patient information. Additional patient data can be entered into fields as needed. Select OK and begin scanning. To choose a transducer for the patient examination, press the Transducer key to activate one of the attached transducers. Each press of the Transducer key will cycle through the transducers in the order that they are attached to the system. The selected transducer is indicated on the top left corner of the display. Let's discuss two important elements of the user interface. Pressing the pointer key, located on the control panel, will display a pointer used to select elements on the display. Two unlabeled buttons on either side of the trackball are referred to as left and right trackball buttons. Those controls, located on either side of the trackball, operate similarly to PC mouse buttons. The functionality of these keys can be configured in the setups. The middle trackball button is located above the trackball and is used in certain procedures along with the trackball and trackball buttons. After selecting the transducer, press the Preset key to select the appropriate preset application for the patient examination. The preset menu will appear in the upper right portion of the display. The exam type is displayed above the white line. Using the trackball, highlight the Show All exam type, and then press the left trackball button. The presets that are specific to that exam type and the selected transducer will be displayed. Select an appropriate preset by highlighting it and press the left trackball button. You are now ready to begin scanning with the preset that has been carefully optimized for the application. At the conclusion of the patient examination, press the End Exam button. The patient's data, the images, and the examination report will be preserved, and the system will close the patient study. We'll begin the control panel overview with the system quick keys. Located at the top of the control panel, just below the monitor, are 8 push rotary quick keys. These correspond with the 2 rows of numbered quick key menu functions and settings that appear along the bottom of the image display. The function of the quick key controls will change depending on the mode, the application, the preset, and the transducer. To change the setting of the top-level functions, press the Quick Key control. To change the setting of the bottom-level functions, turn the Quick Key control. In most modes, there are 2 or more pages of Quick Key functions available. Press the next key to view the second page of the Quick Keys menu functions. For example, the push function of Quick Key number 5 initiates tissue harmonic imaging. The rotary function of Quick Key number 5 cycles the user through the 2D optimization settings in harmonic imaging. The freeze control is used to stop and start the system image acquisition and update. Pressing freeze results in the system entering Seni loop pause and assigning the trackball to manual or frame-by-frame Seni loop review. To acquire a single image, press freeze and then press acquire. To acquire a Seni loop sequence, freeze the image, then push the replay quick key. While the Seni loop is playing, press acquire. Quick keys will allow the user to edit the start and the end of the Seni loop. The print control is used to send the current image to local and network printers. A printer must be assigned to this control in Setups. Multiple devices can be assigned to print the report. For more information, please refer to the Report section of the Help. The following section will introduce the function keys located above the keyboard. Additional information about the operation of the function keys are described in further detail in later sections of this training DVD. The first function key is the Quick Launch OB Calc key, represented by a baby icon. Press this key to activate and launch the associated numbered quick keys for specific OB measurements. This feature is discussed in detail in the measurement section of this training DVD. The Review key launches the Image Review feature. Images can be reviewed at any time during an examination or after an examination has been completed. The Report key opens the report window. The report can be edited at any point during the exam. The End Exam key will close the current patient examination, including all patient data, measurements, and the report. It is important to press End Exam between patient examinations, especially when performing measurements. This will ensure that all of the measurements will be closed with the proper patient exam. Please note that reports can be edited for up to 24 hours. The Physio Key displays the Physio and Respiration Quick Keys. Physio control functions are located in the Quick Key menu when Physio is enabled. The Hide ID key will hide patient identification information on the display. Images may be acquired with the Hide ID feature on. This may be useful when presenting images in a conference setting. The Protocol key launches the protocol functionality on the system. An exam protocol provides you with a standardized set of views to help you navigate through the workflow of a study by automating many of the user interface tasks. Exam protocols also help ensure completeness and consistency of all studies in the same clinical context. The System Setup key on the system opens fields where system-wide settings can be established, such as on-screen and control panel display options, peripheral device selection and storage options, custom protocols. Annotation menus and report templates are also created in the setups. The Help feature contains highly descriptive explanation of system features and functions. This section will demonstrate the system information displayed on the display. Located in the upper left of the imaging display region, the current preset, the active transducer, the frame rate, and the imaging depth is displayed. Next are the imaging mode information fields. The amber backlight color or state is used to indicate the active mode. The 2D information display demonstrates the 2D optimization settings, the 2D gain level, dynamic range setting, 2D map, smooth, and persistence settings. When color mode is active, the color information region contains the color Doppler imaging frequency, color gain level, color map, smooth and persistence levels, and color filter level. When pulsed wave Doppler mode is active, the Doppler information region contains the pulse Doppler frequency setting, Doppler gain setting, the sample volume depth level, the angle adjustment level, and the pulsed wave Doppler filter level. The scan plane orientation marker is annotated with a gray circle at the top of the image display. The gray circle at the top coincides with the transducer orientation marker. A trackball arbitration menu is located at the bottom of the imaging display. The trackball controls the active highlighted option. You can activate or cycle through the different options by using the left or right trackball button. The options will vary depending on which mode or feature is active. The next section will discuss the system controls used to optimize the 2D imaging. The 2D Opt Quick Key settings will control the transmit and receive frequencies for the transducer. Each 2D Opt setting is optimized for one or more of the following: penetration, general, and resolution. 2D Opt settings apply to 2D mode and tissue harmonic imaging. Turn the 2D Opt Quick Key to vary the 2D optimization setting. The frequency icon appears in the lower left corner of the image screen. This icon is a reference for the user to visualize the present setting and the range of control available in a given mode. For example, the 2D Opt setting for penetration is displayed with the P on the frequency icon. The 2D Opt setting for general is displayed with the G on the frequency icon. The 2D Opt setting for resolution is displayed with the R on the frequency icon. Tissue harmonic imaging is an imaging tool that uses the harmonic frequencies generated by tissue. Harmonic imaging clears clutter from the image and increases contrast resolution. Press the Tissue Harmonics Quickie to activate it, and rotate the key to select the optimal 2D opt setting. Harmonic modes are annotated with an H preceding the pen, gen, res indicator. Please note that the 2D optimization settings should be adjusted for each patient body type. For example, the 2D opt setting to use for the technically difficult patient would be the 2D opt penetration setting. To the right of the keyboard are the time gain compensation slide controls. These horizontal slide controls adjust amplification of the returning signals at a specific imaging depth. Lateral gain controls are available on the sector array transducers. On the second page of Quick Keys, press the LGC Quick Key. Choose between LGC left and LGC right. Turn the Quick Key to increase or decrease the lateral gain. The gain control is a push rotary function key that activates the active gain mode. Turning the key adjusts the gain control. The push function of the active gain control cycles the gain control to the selected mode. When imaging in 2D mode, the active gain rotary adjusts the 2D gain. When imaging in 2D and color mode, turning the gain control activates the active mode gain. In this demonstration, the active mode is color, and the active gain mode rotary control will adjust the color gain. When imaging in the 2D, color, or pulsed wave Doppler mode, turning the gain control activates the Doppler gain. If more than one mode is activated, then select the mode type by pushing the active gain mode control and turning the rotary control to change the gain in the desired mode. The active gain control mode text is indicated in amber in the on-screen annotation, and the amber backlit under the gain control on the control panel. iScan Intelligent Optimization is used to automatically optimize the 2D gain, the color gain, and the pulsed wave Doppler. For this next demonstration, we will overgain the image. With one press of the iScan button, the 2D iScan optimization evaluates grayscale distribution to optimize the TGC and 2D gain settings for the current image. Pressing iScan in color mode will adjust the overall color gain. Pressing iScan in pulsed wave mode will adjust the baseline and scale. The focus toggle switch changes the focal point of the image. In order to add additional focal zones, rotate the Focal Zone Quick Key. The depth toggle switch is used to increase or decrease the distance from the face of the transducer to the deepest point in the displayed image. The current imaging depth is displayed on the upper left side of the imaging screen and also on the bottom right of the display monitor. Dual imaging allows the display of two images side by side. In live imaging, the active image is live and the inactive image is a still frame. Select the dual key on the control panel to activate dual imaging. To alternate between the left and the right dual imaging screens, press the Dual key. Located at the top of the image area is a red arrow that indicates the active dual buffer. To exit dual imaging, press the 2D key. Zoom is used to magnify a portion of an image. Two types of zoom are available on the system, zoom and HD zoom. Zoom enlarges a live image or Cine frames. To zoom the image, turn the zoom rotary control. You can use the trackball to pan or to move the magnified image. Zoom can also be performed on a frozen image. HD zoom concentrates the system processing ability in the image display. The result is a reduced field of view with increased detail resolution and higher frame rates. To enter HD zoom, press the zoom control. Use the trackball to position the zoom box over the region of interest. Press the left trackball button and use the trackball arbitration menu to resize the zoom box. Press the middle trackball button to activate the zoom. Press 2D to exit zoom. The sector width can be adjusted selecting 2D size on the trackball arbitration menu. Use the right or left trackball button to highlight 2D size. And then use the trackball to increase or decrease sector size. Note that the C9-4V and 3D9-3V transducers have the ability to employ Sono-CT real-time compound imaging to increase the field of view. We will demonstrate this on a pelvic phantom. The X-Res image processing feature is an adaptive multi-resolution algorithm that enhances grayscale image quality by reducing speckle and noise while maintaining image resolution. X-Res can be activated by pressing the X-Res Quick key. When X-Res image processing is on, an indicator appears next to the focal zone indicator, and the X-Res icon appears in the lower left corner of the display. Sono-CT real-time compound imaging uses spatial compound imaging to reduce speckle, enhance contrast resolution, and improve definition of tissue interfaces. Sono-CT can be activated by pressing the Sono-CT Quick key. Sono-CT has two modes, Res R1. This mode will give the user the best resolution with a slight decrease in frame rate. And Speed S1 will give the user increased frame rate and slight decrease in resolution. To switch between Res R1 and Speed S1 modes, turn the Res Speed Quick key. Active native data is raw image data saved with the image that enables you to perform most of the same adjustments to an image in Review or in Cineloop Review as you can in live imaging. For example, you can adjust gain, use X-Res image processing, TGCs, and change image orientation for a 2D image in the image view in Review or in Cineloop Review. The following section will describe the tools used for measurements. In the lower left portion of the control panel are keys for measurements, calculations, trace, and measurements. Pressing the Measure key begins an unlabeled measurement in any mode. Use the right and left trackball buttons to toggle between calipers. Press the middle trackball button to set the measurement. Please note that these measurements will not populate into the report. Press the Calc key to display the calculation menu. Use the trackball to highlight the calculation on the calculation menu and press the left trackball button to activate the labeled measurement. The active calipers will be displayed in amber. Use the right and left trackball buttons to alternate between calipers. Press the middle trackball button to enter the value into the labeled measurement. This measurement or calculation will populate into the report. The Trace key displays a caliper to perform the trace function in any mode. The active trace will be displayed in amber. To begin a measurement, press the Trace button. Press the left trackball button. While performing the trace function, you can back up on the trace line to erase that portion of the trace line. To complete the trace, press the middle trackball button. Please note that the type of trace, ellipse, or manual can be selected in the setups. The Erase button can be used to erase on-screen measurements. To reactivate a set of calipers on the frozen image, press the Measure key to launch another caliper. Using the trackball, position the amber caliper over the existing white caliper on the image until the white caliper changes to amber. Press the middle trackball button to refresh the white caliper, and use the trackball to reposition the caliper. Use the left or right trackball button to toggle between calipers. Press the middle trackball button to set the measurement. Please note that the function of the left and right trackball buttons can be customized in the Setup menu. The Body Marker key activates the Body Marker feature. Use the quick keys to rotate the Body Marker transducer icon, to select another body marker, to set the home position, and to erase the body marker. Selected OB measurements can be launched from the Quick Launch OB Calc icon, located as the first function key above the keyboard on the control panel. The Quick Launch OB quick keys are available for the following measurements: mean sac diameter, gestational sac diameter, crown rump length, biparietal diameter, occipital frontal diameter, head circumference, abdominal circumference, femur length, and autoamniotic fluid index. The Quick Launch OB Calc that is available while using pulsed wave Doppler or M mode is fetal heart rate. Quick Launch OB Calcs can be used on multiple gestations if the fetal number has been entered in the patient data entry display. After multiple fetuses are assigned, then a quick key is available to cycle between the fetuses. Auto AFI is a semi-automated tool that allows an easy method to measure the 4 quadrants for the amniotic fluid index. After the 4th quadrant has been acquired, a quad screen image will display, showing all 4 quadrants. This image can be acquired and stored with the patient exam. Let's demonstrate how to use the Auto AFI feature. These following steps should be performed in the following sequence. First, freeze the image. Press the Calc button. Select AFI All from the Calculation menu. The Q1 caliper will appear on the display. Use the calipers to measure the AFI pocket. Press Middle Trackball button to capture the Q1 measurement. Press Acquire and Unfreeze. The Q2 caliper will auto-appear on the display, and it's ready to position. Repeat the steps for each of the quadrants. Q2, Q3, and Q4. After the 4th quadrant has been acquired, a quad screen will appear. This image demonstrates all 4 quadrants displayed in a single image. Note that Auto AFI can also be launched from the Quick Launch OB Calques Quickie. Trending graphs are available for 40+ weeks using the following Hadlock fetal growth calculations: BPD, HC, AC, FL, and EFW. The data extending past 40 weeks will be indicated with a dotted line on the trending graphs. Please note that this extended dotted line does not represent Hadlock's conclusions. It is extrapolated data added by Phillips and should be used only for estimation. Next, we will describe methods for annotation on the system. Let's begin the Annotation section with setting the home position of the on-screen annotation. Press the ABC label key. Use the right trackball button to toggle the trackball function to Cursor Trackball Control. Move the annotation cursor to the desired home position. Press the right trackball button to change the annotation cursor to white. Press the Next key. Use the Quick key to set home position. We have completed setting the new home position. Using the Home Quick key will move the cursor to the home position. Before we begin, there are a couple of terms to become familiar with. The word menu refers to the full sidebar that appears on the right side of the screen when the label key is pressed. The word lists refers to the groups of words separated by a gray horizontal line on the menu. The Set Home sets the home position for all examination at the assigned cursor location. The Factory Default Home resets the home position to the factory default home position. There are 3 methods for labeling on the system. 1. Freehand labeling. 2. Menu list method. 3. Quick key menu. The first method is to use the cursor for freehand labeling. You can simply begin typing using the keyboard. To move the cursor position on the screen, use the up, down, side-to-side keyboard arrows. You can also freehand type by pressing ABC Label, and then press the left trackball button to select Cursor Mode on the Trackball Arbitration menu. The cursor will appear on the screen. Then begin typing using the keyboard. The ClearVue systems include the ability to quickly replace text. This function is located on the second page of ABC label Quickies. If Replace is on, this will replace the previous word in the list. If Replace is off, it will not replace the word. It will place the word at the active cursor position. The second method for labeling is called the Menu List method, and we'll demonstrate this method to include the Replace feature. First, press the Label key to activate the label menu. Select the Replace Quick key to enable Replace On. To select a label from the menu list, place the cursor over the word until it is highlighted. Press the middle trackball button to make your selection. Selection of words from the same list will replace words in the annotation. To select a word from another list within the menu, place the cursor over the word and press the middle trackball button. Selection of words from different lists within a menu will add words to the annotation. Please note that changing the Replace Quick key to Replace Off will not replace words from the same lists. The third method for labeling is to annotate using the lists in the Quick Key menu. List 1 and 2 Quick Keys, for example, corresponds to the lists 1 and 2 in the Annotation menu in the preset you're using. For example, pressing Quick Key number 1 will launch the first word in list number 1. Pressing Quick Key number 1 again will launch the second word in list number 1. Press Quick Key number 2 to launch the first word in list number 2 in your menu sidebar. Additional labels can be added or customized in the Setup menu under the Annotation tab. To move a label to a different place on the screen, press the left trackball button to select Mode. Position the pointer over the label until it changes to a bold appearance. Press the middle trackball button to activate the word so that it changes to amber. Then use the trackball to move it to a new location. Once the label is in the desired location, press the middle trackball button to set the label on the image. Each examination type can have a defined list of annotations. The selection of the preset and application that you are using will determine the annotation list that you'll be using. Use the Quick Key rotary number 1 and 2 to select the menu associated with the preset and exam type you'll be using. Rotary key 1 is the preset Quick Key. Use the rotary to cycle through the list of presets available for the current application. Rotary key 2 is the exam type Quick Key. Use the rotary to cycle through the list of available exam types. The arrow is a control used to put an arrow on the image display. The arrow can be placed on the image in order to call attention to an area of interest. The Rotate Arrow Quick Key is used to rotate the selected arrow. To erase the arrow, press the Erase button on the control panel. This section will demonstrate the M mode control. In M mode, the tissue interface position or depth is displayed along the vertical axis, and time is displayed along the horizontal axis. Press M mode and use the trackball to adjust the position of the M line on the anatomy of interest. Press the middle trackball button Quick Key to activate the M mode tracing. Optimize the image using any of the following methods. Adjust the gain. Rotate the sweep speed Quickie to select a setting. To review the M-Mode trace, press Freeze, select M-Mode Seni, and use the trackball to scroll forward or backward. To review both the M-Mode trace and the 2D data, press Freeze, select 2D Seni, and use the trackball to scroll forward or backward. To exit M-Mode, press 2D. Next, we will demonstrate Anatomical M-Mode, which is available only with sector transducers and the cardiac presets. This feature allows you to orient the M-Mode cursor to the anatomy of interest. Anatomical M-Mode can be used in a live image or with a frozen image. The angle of the Anatomical M-Mode can be changed using the AMM Angle Rotary Quickie. Next, we will discuss how to obtain a fetal heart rate using an M-Mode tracing. First, select either the OB or Fetal Echo Exam preset, and then obtain a real-time image of the fetal heart. Press the M-Mode button and position the line over the anatomic area of interest. Press Freeze after several heartbeats are captured. Next, press the Calques control, select Fetal Heart Rate from the menu on the right side of the display. Select 2-beat peak to peak. Place the first cursor at the beginning of the first heartbeat. Next, press the left trackball button to activate the second caliper and place the second caliper at the beginning of the second heartbeat. Please note that this calculation requires 2 full cardiac cycles to be measured on the M-Mode display. Press the middle trackball button to calculate the heart rate and enter the results into the report. To exit M-Mode and return to imaging, press the 2D control. Note that pulsed wave Doppler can also be used to obtain a fetal heart rate. In the following section, we will review the Doppler controls. Doppler is used to obtain information about blood flow. Depending upon your system configuration, transducer, and exam preset selection, you can select various Doppler modes to evaluate blood flow. Doppler mode choices include Color Doppler, Pulsed Wave Doppler, Continuous Wave, or Color Power Angio and Tissue Doppler Imaging. Color imaging uses Doppler principles to generate a color image of the mean flow velocity, power, or velocity variance. The velocity and direction of flow in the color box are represented with different colors for direction and different shades for velocity. To use color, press the color control and use the trackball and trackball buttons to adjust the position and size of the color box. When using a linear transducer for color imaging, pressing the Color Steer Quickie allows color box steering to preset angles such as left, center, and right. Rotating the Color Steer Quickie allows for incremental steering angles. Optimize the image by using iScan. The user may also make manual adjustments to color gain, Color Maps, Color Flow Opt, and Color Scale and Baseline. The Color Compare Quickie allows a side-by-side image comparison of the 2D image and the 2D with color image. Adaptive is a control used to enable the system to modulate the transmit frequency, depending on the image focal depth. This is helpful to increase color sensitivity in the far field. Adaptive can be applied by pressing Next, then the Adaptive Quick key. This section will discuss the Color Power Angio imaging control, which demonstrates the amplitude of blood flow. Color Power Angio is available only in non-cardiac applications. To use Color Power Angio, press the CPA control. Use the trackball to adjust the size and position of the CPA box on the anatomy of interest. The CPA optimization tools are CPA Gain, CPA Maps, and CPA Scale and Baseline. The CPA Compare Quick key will compare the live 2D image and the live CPA image side by side. Directional CPA is available by pressing Next, then the Directional Quick key. This section will demonstrate the pulsed wave Doppler controls, which measures velocity in a sample volume and displays information in a spectral trace with an audio output. To use pulsed wave Doppler, press the PW button. Use the trackball to position the sample volume over the area of interest. Optimize the image using any of the following methods. To adjust the sample volume gate size, turn the Gate Quick key. Press the middle trackball button to launch the spectral Doppler trace. To optimize the spectral display, press iScan. Or you can manually adjust the gain, scale, and baseline controls. To adjust the angle to flow, turn the Angle Adjust Quick key. To change the speed of the sweeping trace, turn the Sweep Speed Quick key to select a setting. The Intelligent Doppler Quick key is located on the second page of Quick keys. When activated, this will correct the angle to a predetermined optimum cursor angle. The default angle is 60 degrees. The user may change this angle in Setups under the Mode tab. For example, if the angle is set at 60 degrees, then the angle will be maintained if the sample volume position and angle is adjusted. To perform Doppler calculations manually, press the Calc button. Use the trackball to highlight a measurement. Press the left trackball button. Place the first caliper. Then press the left trackball button again to activate the second caliper. Place the second caliper, and then press the middle trackball key to enter the results into the report. To change from the right to the left side of the vessel, use the associated Quick key. Press the 2D key at any time to turn Doppler off and return to 2D imaging. To enable the automatic quantification of Doppler data, press the High Q Quick key. Please note that High Q can be activated during live scanning or when the image is frozen. To enhance the audible signal for low-velocity blood flow, increase the volume by pressing the volume key on the control panel. The duplex Quickie allows the simultaneous display of the 2D image with the spectral Doppler display. The triplex Quickie allows the simultaneous display of the 2D, color, and PW Doppler modes. To exit pulsed wave Doppler, press 2D. This section will discuss continuous wave Doppler. Continuous wave Doppler, or CW, uses continuously transmitted and received ultrasound energy to generate a spectral display, allowing for the determination of high-velocity blood flow. Continuous wave Doppler is available only if the current transducer supports the operation. Like pulse wave Doppler, continuous wave Doppler is used to display a spectral display of blood flow information. Continuous wave Doppler may be used for high-velocity blood flow areas, such as the heart. Press the left trackball button to position the sample line cursor over the area of interest. Press the CW key to activate the Doppler spectral sweep. Press the freeze key to perform measurements. To perform Doppler calculations, follow the same procedure as pulsed wave Doppler measurements. The following section will describe tissue Doppler imaging, which displays the axial velocity of myocardial tissue and can be used in combination with pulsed wave Doppler or M-mode imaging. Tissue Doppler imaging is available only with sector transducers and cardiac presets. Press the quick key to activate tissue Doppler imaging in 2D mode. To activate pulsed wave Doppler, press PW while in tissue Doppler imaging. To perform tissue Doppler imaging calculations, follow the same procedure as pulsed wave Doppler measurements. Freehand 3D uses a 2D transducer to acquire volume data by physically moving the transducer over the region of interest during the acquisition. Please note that freehand 3D acquisitions are uncalibrated and therefore cannot be measured or analyzed. The following section will demonstrate the freehand 3D acquisition workflow steps using an obstetrical phantom. First, select a non-mechanical transducer. For this demonstration, we will use the C5-2. Next, optimize the 2D image. A good 2D image makes a good 3D image. Next, position the transducer over the area of interest. Press the 3D button so that the 3D region of interest box is displayed. Adjust the size and position of the 3D region of interest box, otherwise known as ROI, so that the anatomy of interest is inside the ROI box. For the 3D freehand acquisition, the user will need to move the transducer in a fanning motion across the area of interest. In preparation for the acquisition, the user should position the transducer using a fanning motion to position a scan plane that is slightly outside of the area of interest. Press Acquire and fan the transducer in a steady continuous sweep across the area of interest so that the acquisition sweep is in time with the timing bar located in the lower right portion of the display. To end the acquisition, press Freeze. The sweep must be completed before the timing bar reaches the end. Use the Resize Quick key to adjust the size of the volume image. Upon completion of the sweep, the system enters into a 3D post-processing mode with 3 multiplanar views and a volume view. Post-acquisition workflow will be described in a section entitled Post-Acquisition. Please note that it may take a few practice sweeps to learn the freehand acquisition motion speed. As a general rule, the faster the freehand sweep movement is, then the more narrow the volume image. The slower the freehand sweep movement is, then the wider the volume image. Remember, the resize Quickie can be used to make adjustments to the volume image size. This section will describe the tools used to manipulate a volume dataset following an acquisition in order to extract additional views. Manipulation of the volume can be done immediately following a volume acquisition during a patient exam, or the manipulation can be performed on a dataset that was stored to the hard drive. The following demonstration will begin with manipulating a volume that was saved with a patient exam and stored to the hard drive. We will begin by identifying the volume data set within the patient study. Images that were saved with the volume data are indicated by a cube icon. Double-click on the image. Click on the green arrow to activate the volume data for manipulation. The volume display demonstrates the multiplanar views, otherwise known as MPR. Views are called MPR-A, MPR-B, MPR-C, and the volume. As we begin to discuss the workflow, it is important to review some basic operations of the MPR environment. First, before we discuss the manipulation tools, it is important to indicate the MPR that the tool will apply. This is called the active view, which is indicated by a solid white border. In this example, MPR-A is the active view. To change the active view, use the Quickie. The trackball arbitration menu shows the available trackball functions for the active view. The trackball arbitration choices for the MPR views include pan, size, slice, and X-hair. The trackball arbitration choices are used as follows. Use pan to change the position of the image data in the ROI box. Use size to change the dimensions of the ROI box. When an MPR is active, use slice to look at various planes in the MPR views. Use X-hair to view and manipulate the intersection of the three planes. Next, the X, Y, and Z quick keys are used to rotate the volume in the X, Y, and Z axes. In this demonstration, the volume is in the full format. This is an example of the rotate X-axis. This is an example of the rotate Y-axis. This is an example of the rotate Z-axis. This section will demonstrate the Sculpt and Erase tools, which are used for removing image data from the 3D volume. First, we will demonstrate the Sculpt tool, which is used to sculpt out a large area of information. Press the Sculpt Erase Quick key to activate the tool. Select the trackball arbitration to sculpt. Position the cursor and press the middle trackball button to turn the cursor green. Use the trackball to sculpt out the desired area. Making a complete loop, then press the middle trackball button to end the sculpt. The data from the sculpted area will now be removed. Next, we will demonstrate the Erase tool, which is used for removing a smaller area of information. Press the left trackball button to select Erase on the trackball arbitration line. Position the Erase tool over the area of interest. Press the middle trackball button to turn the tool green and use the trackball to erase areas of the image. press the middle trackball button to end the erase. To exit from Sculpt Erase, press the Next button. As a general rule, the playback of data must be stopped in order to perform any editing, such as Sculpt Erase. Next, we will discuss the Full Volume and Format Quick keys. Full Volume is used to display the volume in a one-up display. Press the Full Volume Quick key. Note that pressing the middle trackball button will cycle through the MPR views, displaying each view in the full format. The Format Quick key is used to select the display format for the 3D image data. The view formats are Quad and Dual. The Quick Flip Quick key rotates the volume 180 degrees from current. The Rotate Volume Quick key will turn the volume image in 90-degree increments. This section will explain the MPR or Volume View Quick key. This is a control to change the viewing direction of the rendered image. The view direction is indicated by a dashed line. The View Volume Quick key is located on the second page of Quick keys. Turn the Quick key to cycle between the views, which are Top, Bottom, Front, Left, Back, and Right. Next, we will demonstrate volume swivel. First, press the Full Volume Quick key. Press Next. Press the Swivel Quick key. The system will automatically begin the process to swivel data. The volume will swivel as demonstrated. The Swivel Quick keys are available to change the swivel direction, the swivel speed, and the swivel angle. The swivel motion can be acquired to the hard drive. During the swivel playback, press Acquire. This section will demonstrate the Threshold Smooth Quick key. Note that this is a dual-function Quick key. Press the Quick key to cycle between Threshold and Smooth. Threshold is used to remove low-level echoes from the volume. Press the Smooth Threshold Quick key to display Threshold. Turn the Threshold Quick key to increase or decrease the level of threshold. In this demonstration, we are increasing the threshold, and the result is low-level echoes are removed from the volume. Smooth is used to set the level of spatial 2D smoothing using the pixel-to-pixel variation of the image. Press the Smooth Threshold Quick key to display Smooth. Turn the Smooth to increase or decrease the level of smoothing on the volume. This section will explain the workflow steps for saving and exporting volume data sets. It's important to know the difference between storing images with the volume data and storing images without the volume data. Images acquired with the volume data can be activated in Review and manipulated using the volume manipulation tools. Images acquired without the volume data will present as a static image, and they will not have volume data to manipulate. To save a 3D static image, press Acquire. In Review, the image will have an empty cube icon to indicate that the image does not contain volume data. To save a 3D volume data set, press the Save 3D Data Quick key. In Review, the image will have a solid white cube icon to indicate that it contains volume data. To save a swivel loop, press Acquire during the swivel playback. In Review, the image will have a circle with an arrow icon to indicate that the image contains motion. To save a swivel loop with the associated 3D data, press the Save 3D Data Quick key during the swivel playback. In Review, the image will have both a solid white cube icon to indicate volume data and a circle with arrow icon to indicate that the image contains motion. To acquire a 4D Seni loop, press Replay Quick key, then press Acquire during the volume Seni playback. In Review, the image will have an empty cube icon to indicate that the image does not contain volume data, and a circle with arrow icon to indicate that the image contains motion. To acquire a 4D Seni loop with volume data, press the Replay Quick key, then press the Save 4D Data Quick key in Volume Seni Play mode. In Review, the image will have both a solid white cube icon to indicate that the image contains volume data and a circle with an arrow icon to indicate that the image contains motion. This section will describe the export options. Patient studies and volume data can be exported to removable media, such as a USB drive, or to a blank CD or DVD disc. There are two export choices, DICOM and PC format. The patient studies containing 2D images and volume data sets can be exported in DICOM format to store for record keeping. Studies stored in DICOM format will allow the studies to be imported back onto the ClearVue 650 system for viewing and data set manipulation. The patient studies containing 2D images and volume data sets can be exported in PC format to view on a computer. Please note that exporting to PC format will not allow the ability to manipulate the data set or allow the studies to be imported back onto the ClearVue system. Images and Seni loops will be converted to JPEG and AVI formats. This section will demonstrate panoramic imaging, which allows a 2D transducer to display an extended field of view. Panoramic imaging can display an entire abnormality and show its relationship to adjacent structures on a single static image. For this demonstration, we will use the L12-4 linear transducer. To access panoramic imaging, press Next to view the second page of Quick Keys, then press the Panoramic Quick key. To initiate the panoramic acquisition, press Acquire and slide the transducer across the anatomy of interest. Press Acquire to end the acquisition. Use the trackball to pan or rotate the image. Measurements may be performed on the panoramic image. Press the Archive Quick key to save the image or use the Reacquire Quick key to reacquire the image. This section will demonstrate the protocol feature. An exam protocol provides a standardized set of views to help navigate through the workflow of a study by automating many of the user interface tasks, such as annotations. Exam protocols also help ensure completeness and consistency of all studies in the same clinical context. There are 4 factory protocols built into the system, which are Abdominal, Adult Echo, lower extremity vein, and gynecology. You can use these factory protocols, or you can create your own custom-defined protocols. The system may support up to 50 protocols. For information on creating a custom protocol, please refer to the online help. Let's demonstrate a protocol workflow for an abdominal examination. First, press the Protocol function key, select Abdominal, and press OK. This will launch the protocol menu. Each view prompts the user as to the anatomic structure to image and the system imaging mode to use. Annotations can be assigned for each view so that the annotations will auto-populate on the image. A view specifies the image acquisition, frame or loop to acquire to satisfy the view and particular behavior of system applications, such as annotation, body marker, and measurements during acquisition of view images. For example, if a view has a measurement assigned, it will be highlighted in yellow in the protocol menu display. The measurement assigned to the view is required before the protocol will advance to the next view. To skip a view, turn the Skip Quick key to skip views. For example, if a patient has had their gallbladder removed, then use the Skip Quick key to skip those views in the protocol. To pause a protocol from advancing to the next view, press the Pause Protocol Quick key. Note that at least one image must be acquired before the Pause Protocol Quick key appears. The Pause Protocol feature will allow you to capture additional images before advancing to the next view in the protocol. For example, if an abnormality is seen in the pancreas and you wish to take additional images, then pause the protocol, take additional images, then press Resume Protocol to advance to the next view. After all the views have been obtained, press the End Protocol Quick key. For more detailed information, please refer to the System Help. The following section will discuss the review functions. Images acquired to a patient study can be reviewed at any time by pressing the Review button. In this section, we will discuss how selected images can be deleted and additional measurements can be acquired. To delete an image, press Review. Select an image or images you want to delete and use the right trackball button to bring up the Review Tools dialog box. Use the trackball to choose Delete Image. The deleted image will have a red X superimposed onto it. Please note that prior to ending the exam, you can undelete an image by selecting the image and using the right trackball button to choose Undelete. To measure an image in Review, double-click on the image, press Measure on the control panel, and perform the measurement. Press Acquire to store the image with the measurement displayed. The icons across the top of Review allow you to search for a study, save a study, end exam, search for a patient folder, perform wall scoring, add an image to a report, show report version, export report, import studies, export studies, print study still images to DICOM printer, log in, log out, QLab, send report data, and print preview. Please note that the icon functionality varies depending on the preset and report. When you acquire an image that supports active native data, the system saves raw image data with the image. This data enables you to perform most of the same adjustments to an image in review as you can in live imaging. This section will discuss using active native data in review. For example, you can adjust gain, use XRes image processing, and change image orientation for a 2D image in the image review or Seni loop review. The following image modes support active native data: 2D, color flow, and color power angio imaging. When a single image or loop is displayed in review, you can use the available quick keys and the gain control to change the parameters of that image, and then acquire additional images. This section will demonstrate the Compare feature. In review, you can compare a live image to a saved image from a previous study. For example, if a patient is returning to the clinic for a follow-up examination, the Compare feature will allow the user to review the previous ultrasound image stored on the system hard drive and compare it to the live image. Before we begin the demonstration, it's important to note that the Compare feature requires the acquisition of at least one image in the current patient study. First, we begin by entering the patient data. Next, we acquire an image, then press the Review key. Select the previous study, and then double-click on the image you wish to compare. Press the Next key, and then press the Compare Quick key. The review image is displayed on the left, and the live image is displayed on the right. Please note that if you press Acquire while in Compare, only the live image is acquired. This next section will demonstrate the Report features, which include how to edit the report, how to add images to the report, and how to add findings and comments to the report. Upon completion of the patient report, we will demonstrate how to acquire, print, export, and send report data. Let's begin the demonstration by pressing Report on the keyboard. We can review the measurement results or edit the sections of the report if necessary. To edit the report, click Edit. Click Information to edit patient information fields. The patient information field will open where additional information can be entered. Click Measurements to edit a performed measurement. To edit measurements, position the cursor over the measurement you want to change and press the middle trackball button. Use the keyboard to type the measurement. To delete the measurement, position the cursor over the measurement you want to delete and press the left trackball button to highlight the measurement. Next, press the right trackball button. Select Delete and click Yes to confirm the action. To add images to the report, press Review, select the images, then click the Add Image to Report icon. Press Report to view the images added to the report page. To delete an image that was embedded to the report, click the Edit tab in the report display. Click Images. The images previously added to the report will be displayed in the report page. Uncheck the images and they will be removed from the report. To add findings to the report, click the Findings tab. Click on the plus sign icon to view the available system provided, observations, or impression choices. To add comments, click on the Comments tab. Click on the plus sign icon to view the available system provided summary statements, or manually type comments in the comment field. Press the left trackball button and type the text. Please note that summary and finding statements can be customized in the setups. This next section will discuss the Obstetrical Workflow option in the Edit Report tab. We will discuss how to include the average ultrasound age calculations into the report, how to add trending graphs to the report, and how to add an anatomy visualized checklist. For obstetrical exams, the average ultrasound age can be included in the calculations. Press Report, then click the Edit tab. Select the Measurements tab. In the Calculation area under the AUA column, check the box for the calculation choice to be included in the average ultrasound age calculation. Trending graphs are available for obstetrical exams. Trending data requires the patient data entry of either a last menstrual period date or an estimated date of confinement, or a date of conception to be entered in the patient data entry page. After performing the obstetrical examination, press Report. Click on the Edit tab, then click on Trending. Select the biometry to include in the trending. Click Update Report. For additional information about the obstetrical trending capabilities, please refer to the Help. To add visualized fetal anatomy comments to the report, press Report, then click the Edit tab. Click on Findings and check the box for each anatomy visualized. To add observation comments, click the plus sign and highlight the phrase. For example, click on Fetal Position and select a phrase to complete the comment, then click OK. To view the trending graphs or observation comments in the report page, click the View tab. After the report is completed, there are several options to store the report data, including acquire to the hard drive, print to a printer, and export to a removable media. To acquire the report with the patient images, simply press Report, then Acquire. To print a report to a black and white thermal printer, press Report, then Print. Please note that the printer must be configured to the system in the setups. This next demonstration will show how to export a report in the PDF format. First, connect a USB drive to the ultrasound system. Press Report, then click the Export Report icon. To select the drive, click the drop-down menu and highlight the USB storage. To select the file type, click the drop-down menu and highlight the PDF files. Enter a file name and click Save. A copy of the patient report has been saved onto the USB in the PDF format. The following section will demonstrate how to preview a report before sending it to a printer, and we will demonstrate how to send a report to a printer. First, press Report, then click the Print Preview icon. This will demonstrate how the report will appear and how many pages the report will print. Click Print to send the report to the printer. Please note that the printer should be configured to the system in Setups. For further information, please refer to the Help. If multiple printers are configured to the ultrasound system, then a print destination is required for the report to print. Press Report, press Print, then choose a print destination from the dialog box. Structured reporting is available for adult echocardiography, vascular, and OB/GYN. Please contact your Philips representative for DICOM network instructions. This section will describe the Setup tabs. The System tab in the Setup contains the global system settings. These settings are system-wide, independent of preset or application. Border and prompt settings are the settings at the top of the image display on every exam. You can choose the display of patient identifier regions, institution settings, and the Performed By field. Date/time is used to set the correct date, time, and time zone. Locale is used to set a language and regional options. DICOM allows the user to change the DICOM settings. Dual will set the display of dual images. Security can be used for an administrator login. Name format allows you to set the patient name format, for example, last name, then first name. LGC profile sets the lateral gain compensation settings on the system. Thermal index sets the output power quantification and display settings. The depth marking setting controls where the depth markings appear on the image. TGC profile display sets the TGC profile display to on or off the monitor display. The height and weight unit choice for patients are metric or English. Show depth values will demonstrate values in the depth marker display on the viewing monitor. For example, this is helpful to quickly identify the depth of lesions for performing procedures. Auto-freeze is enabled following a period of non-use. If this feature is turned on to a set unit of time, then the system will freeze after a period of inactivity. To release the system from the auto-freeze state, simply touch any control on the system. Note, if the system is used for invasive procedures, it is recommended that this feature be set to off. Active body marker during freeze and dual. A body marker appears on the image after freeze is pressed. The body marker will appear while in dual mode. Under the Panel and Monitor tab, the following options are available. Auxiliary monitor enabled. Check this feature to enable video output. Monitor brightness. Choices are 1 to 5, with 5 being the brightest. Monitor tint. Choices are RGB 1 to 4. Control panel brightness. Select low, medium, or high. Mode tabs allow the user to select the format for M mode and Doppler spectral display. Additional Doppler preference settings that can be made include scale units, optimal cursor angle, and Doppler imaging mode options. You can also select scrolling trace, high PRF, color, and CPA cursor tracking. The Preset Menu tab allows you to select presets for each supported transducer. It also allows you to select the presets they want listed for each transducer. For example, you wish to preserve the majority of the abdominal presets. However, you do not perform pediatric or urology examinations in your department. Then you deselect the presets that you do not use. Click Apply to display only the selected presets. Please note that the deselected presets will be removed from the primary list of presets, but will still be available in the menu under the More button. Click the Annotation tab. Select the relevant exam type and click Configure to open the Annotation Setup dialog box. The exam types are in the tabs above the annotation lists. You can move, delete, or add custom labels. In the Tools and Results tab, click Measurements, then configure the display for the unlabeled measurements in each imaging mode. For example, in 2D and color, you can select whether you want the caliper to display distance or area. In M mode, you can select whether you want the caliper tool to display distance, time, or slope when measuring M mode. This is also where the Doppler results are selected for 2-point measurements, high Q, and manual trace. Other key setups include caliper connection line choices, results box placement, and the left and right trackball button functions to toggle or end measurements. When you are finished altering the settings, click Apply. Custom report templates can be created for the ultrasound system. To begin building a custom report template, click the Report tab. In the Analysis Package field, use the pull-down menu to select the analysis application, then customize the finding codes or the summary codes. To create a name for the custom template, click New in the Report Template field. Then type a unique name for the template. There are several options to customize the report. For example, in the Report Layout window, the header fields and many of the subheaders can be set in bold. You can arrange a sequence of header fields in the report layout by selecting the word in the field header to highlight it and then click Move Up or Move Down. The report layout for each analysis type is composed of a section header and subheader information fields. The header fields associated with the plus sign contain editable content. To open the content of the header field, place the pointer area over the plus sign and press the left or right trackball. The location of the content may also be customized to allow inclusion or exclusion of the field, to edit layout placement, or colorize the field. To exclude content in the report template, deselect the checkbox next to the content name. At any point of customization, click Save to save your changes. Click Modify to continue to modify the template. click Save to end modification of the template. Click Preview to preview content appearance. Click Set as Active to assign the template as the default for the analysis package. The Measurements and Calques tab allows you to configure the functionality of performing measurements, deriving calculations, and selecting which labeled measurements and calculations appear in the Measurements and Calculations menu for the current preset or application. The Configure button will configure which measurements and calculations appear in the menu. On the Calculations page, you can create a user-defined calculation. On the Acquisition tab, you can control settings related to loop and volume data acquisition. On the Protocols tab, custom protocols can be created, imported from another system, or deleted from the system. The 3D/4D tab provides system setting choices such as volume graphics and crosshair styles. On the Peripherals tab, you can assign print devices to the Print and Acquire keys, set the system to print multiple images per sheet, or configure the operation of the foot switch. The Options tab displays the system serial number, the model version, and the purchased options for the ultrasound system. Philips offers an extensive service package with features such as remote desktop, software downloads, test and utilities, system utilization reports, network settings, and much more. For further information regarding the service features for your system, please contact your local Philips representative. On the Removable Media tab, you can browse files on the media, format and erase files on media, backup system settings to a media, and restore system settings from a media. You can also configure export of studies to media such as DICOM or PC format. To perform a system backup, insert a DVD or USB device into the system. Select the preferred media from the Select Media drop-down menu. Click Backup. Select the settings you wish to back up and click Start.